Okay, here's my video. As of right now, this is what our blocks look like, our wooden frames, and of course everybody knows what the concrete frames look like, but this is my idea. This here is our frames and blocks. Well, I'd like to see the game actually take on a new form where it looks more realistic and serves the same purpose in construction. For example, this is just a small example. This is our frame, this is how it's done, and normally when you go in a house you have two here, and if it's three high they got the next block up here on top of this one here, and basically they got a window here. If it's doubled it's there, but then the bottom floor block cuts off the window, making it just look nasty, and I'll show that in a little bit in actual 7 Days to Die in one of the buildings. Now this right here is my idea. Frames, instead of having one little tiny block frame like the individual walls that we can put up, the little small things, make those the new frames. Instead of having one, we'll have two types. We'll have this frame right here, which is a double frame, which is two blocks into one, and then we'll have this frame right here, which is a single frame for making windows. And for example, this is how you'd make one window basically, and the floor should be able to snap in between both of these joints, you know, snap in between here, or snap in between here, or snap in between these two, or up here at the top. It actually, the floor one would actually snap, and it would be too wide as well. And I'll explain why I'm talking too wide here in a minute. And the reason why is because when you build this, it looks really cool now. And this is what gave me the idea, is when the Fun Pimps put in where you upgrade these things, and it's like building the wall, and it's really cool because it just, you know, you build the frame and then you put boards on it and it fills in and so forth. So this right here just looks more realistic. Like you have a wooden frame, and you click on this wooden frame here and it builds the entire wall section, and that's just two blocks into one wall frame. And the floor frames would be just as thin, and that way you don't have this big giant block in between you and there. And I think you could still be able to do all the physics and everything with the same thing. It's just changing the blocks around. But then let's just say you didn't want to have this, you wanted to two tall windows. So basically what you would do is you would put two tall frames, two short frames, and then you would put two tall frames on the side here, raising it up one more, and then you'd put two short frames at the top and just move the floor joists up one frame above it. This way you actually have this ceiling clearance above it, and like in here you still have the ceiling clearance. Even if you wanted to raise this whole section up one more section, you could. And this is just something it just dawned on me, you know, this crazy thought. I was just sitting there, and the reason why is basically when a zombie comes by right now, he has to break this block down, and the first thing he does, he hits the top block. So he'll sit down, he's standing level with the bottom block, so he beats this block down. Then he has to take more time beating this block down. But with this system, it makes it more survivability because he's only got to break one block down. Instead of having to break two blocks down, he's going to break one wall block down. Like it, realistically, it should be just one block. So when he breaks one, it should break the whole wall section down so he can come in, but it don't. But with this type of system, he would be able to break this one wall, and as soon as he does, the horde can come through that giant two wall hole. And that to me is worthwhile to even try to look at this idea and try to mess with it. This would be the perfect thing to do. But this here was my idea to, you know, after I saw that, I just had to mention this. But if you Fun Pimps like this idea, try at it. I mean, I don't know how to do all this stuff, otherwise I'd try to help y'all do it, but if y'all could do this would be really nice. see if y'all could do something like this instead of the block stuff, because now we're going to have smooth terrain like this right here, and yeah, the blocks are, I don't know, to me it's like taking a step back in time, knowing that we have the technology to be able to do stuff like this. It'd be extra coding you. The game's always changing, but I would think, you know, frames like this, longer frames, and you could do the roof tiles the same way, having longer frames going up, and still put all the block stability on it. But this is my suggestion, so hope you like it.